Welcome students to another video tutorial on C programming, and in this particular video tutorial we will be discussing on file handling operations in C programming. So before going into the program, let's see why we need to handle files in C programming. So far we have seen how to write the C programs. So let me demonstrate it with the help of a diagram. So we write the program, the main program, uh, and so this is called as source code. Okay, so I'll just write that. So this is the source code where we will write the C program, and once we run this main file or the main function in C program, what we have seen is it will execute, and it will show the result in something called as console. So we have seen once we execute, compile and run the program, the result will be displayed in the console. So the result will be displayed. Sometimes the console can enter some data, and that data will be used in the source code as well. So actually, so there is a transfer of data between the source code and console. Now the problem is that whatever we see in this console is actually temporary. It is not available later if we want, but that is, so it is temporary, but that is not the case that we always want. We want the program to do something, and we want to store that data permanently. So if you want to store the data permanently, we need to store it as a file. So something like something similar to console, we have files. So we are familiar with files. Some of the most popular files are, we know that .txt is a file. So this is a text file. So we will be working mostly with the text files, but we can use the C programming source code to write into other files as well. So in this case, the source code will it can output directly in the file, so that it will be always available, or it is permanently available, maybe in hard disk or in some other memory location. So it is permanent, not like in console. Similarly, the source code or C program can take in the contents from the file as well. So this is where files are required to store the data permanently, or to access a large amount of data to the program, and so on. Now, coming to the main operations or the main commands that we require in file handling. So the key commands, I'll write the key commands in file handling in C programming. Key commands. So the first one is the mandatory one. You need to write file. So all the letters need to be in capital letters, and you need to specify as file. So this is a keyword, followed by something called as the pointer variable. So we have already seen what is a pointer. Now, in order to handle files, this step is mandatory. We need to specify the keyword file followed by the pointer variable. So since it is a pointer variable, we need to put asterisk and some pointer variable name. For example, I'll give the name as FP. So this is the general name given, but you can give other name as well. So this is a file pointer. So what this will do is, this will point to an address location. So you have already seen what is a pointer variable. So pointer variable will store the address of the location of the external memory. So you don't need to worry too much about that. So this is nothing but file pointer. So we will use this variable name whenever a particular file is being used. So this is required. Then you require at least two more statements to work with files. Another statement is called as fopen. So this is another key command for file handling. So we require fopen, and the third one that you require is fclose. Okay, so fopen will open a particular file, and now we can open the file in different modes. I'll come to the different modes, and the syntax of fopen is like this. So fopen, in symbol brackets, there are two arguments that you need to pass. One is the file name. So whichever file that you are saving, for example, suppose you are working with some .txt file, you need to give that file name. So I'll for the moment I'll write file name, maybe it is .txt, comma, and so these are in double inverted commas. And the second thing that you need to mention is the mode. Okay, so in which mode you need to open the file. So this fopen will open the file with the file name given in this double inverted comma, and in which mode you need to open it, and I'll put the semicolon. So coming to this mode, there are actually different modes in which you can open the file. Either you can open the file in the write mode. Okay, so if it is in write mode, we will use W. So this W is for write modes. Suppose you want to write something to the file, then you need to use the mode W. The other mode is R, which is representing read mode. So if you want to read something from the file, then we need to use the mode as R. And another mode is A. A stands for append. Append. If you want to append the file in the sense that if you want to add something to the file, then you can use A mode. So these are the main modes. There are other modes as well. We will see later. And so these two things are the arguments. One is file name, what is the name of the file that you want to work with, and what is the mode in which we need to operate. Now this doesn't complete the fopen statement, and what we need to write in addition is the file pointer, or the pointer variable that we need to write on the left side. Here the pointer variable is fp, and fp equal to. So this is the syntax for opening a file. Fopen is the function which will have two arguments. The first argument is the file name, which file need to be opened or opened, and in which mode, whether we want to write it, read it, or append, and it will return the pointer variable. So this is the syntax for opening a file. And once we open a file, we can work with the file. Either we can, if it is in write mode, we can write something. If it is in read mode, we can read from the file. If it is append mode, we can append the information in the file. Once after completing all the procedures, we need to close the file. So the syntax for closing the file is fclose, and the argument that you need to pass is the pointer variable fp. So you can put the semicolon. There is nothing to return. So this is the statement for closing the file. So these three are the key commands for file handling. The first one, the keyword capital FILE, followed by the file pointer, and fopen to open the file, and fclose to close the file, And sometimes you have multiple files opened. In that case, instead of fclose, if you want to close all the files simultaneously, you can use another function called fclose all. Fclose all also can be used. So we'll use these three command lines to work on functions. Now, in order to understand little more on the difference between read, write, and append, so I'll quickly tell what is read mode, what is write mode, read mode, and append mode, and there are some other additional modes as well. So let's quickly see what is read mode. Sorry, write mode. First of all, the write mode. So in the case of write mode, what happens is we can write a particular file, write in a particular file. So the thing is, it will if you use the mode W, it will open the file in write mode. So I'll write what it does. It will open the file in write mode. That means we can write something on the file write mode. That is one thing. So that is the first thing that it will do. And suppose the file is not present. So what will happen if, so this is the case when if the file is already there, it will open the file in write mode. Suppose the file is not there. If file is not present, if file not present, then the file, a new file will be, then a new file with the particular file name, a new file will be created automatically. So this is what will happen in write mode. And one more thing, in the write mode, the third thing is that the previous contents will be erased and it will write from fresh. So the previous contents will be erased. And it will write fresh. That means it will overwrite that whatever is there in that file will be erased and will overwrite, and you will only see what is written. So that is about the write mode. Now coming to the second one, which is read mode. So here there is a difference. So in the case of read mode, so the letter used is R, the letter used for write mode is W. So in the case of read mode, what will happen is it will open the file in read mode. It will open the file in read mode. So that means you can read something from the file. Now the second thing is, if the file is not present, then what will happen? If the file is not present, then if the file is not present, then it will not create the file. The file is not present, it will not create the file. So unlike the write mode, in the case of write mode, it will automatically create a new file and write on it. But since it is reading, it will not create the file, but rather it will return a null pointer. Now, in the third case, which is append, the case of append mode, what was the letter used? So the letter used was A. So in the case of append mode, it is similar to the write mode. The first thing is the same. It will open the file in write mode, open the file in write mode. The second thing is also the same. If file is not present, then a new file will be created. A new file will be created automatically. Now the difference comes in the third point. Now what was the third point for write? So whatever is the previous content, it will be erased completely, and it will write as a fresh document in the case of write mode. Now in the case of append mode, the previous content will be maintained. So that is the difference, will be maintained. Okay, so these are the three fundamental modes. Now apart from this, we have something called as a W plus mode. I am not going into deep. Similarly, we have R plus mode, A plus mode, and so on. So I'll quickly tell what is the difference in W plus mode. If you are using W plus mode, it will open the file in read and write mode. So you can read as well as write, and the remaining things are the same. That means if the file is not present, a new file will be created automatically, and the previous contents will be erased, and it will write as a fresh document. So that is the difference of W and W plus. Similarly, for R plus, what will happen is you change this to open the file in read and write mode. So the, R plus means you can open the file in read and write mode, and whatever is there for the R mode, that will be the same. That means if the file is not present, it will not create the file, but it will return a null pointer. So you can use this null pointer to verify whether the file is present or not. Now in the case of A plus, here also you can open the file in read and write mode. So in the case of plus, if you have plus in mode, it will open the file in read and write mode. And whatever was the case for the previous one, W, R, and A, that will continue. So in the case of A plus, it will open the file in read and write mode. And if the file is not present, then a new file will be created, and the previous content will be maintained in the case of A plus. So we have seen at least 6 modes. There are more modes like binary modes and so on. So you can see the different modes later. Now one more thing I want to mention is about the input output statements in file. So similar to the input output statements in normal C, so we have printf and scanf. So if you remember, printf is used to display the output on the console, and scanf is used to store the data from the console to some particular variable. So similar to printf and scanf, here we have fprintf and fscanf. So fprintf will help you to write the contents onto the file, and fscanf will help you to read something from the file. So so if you remember, what was the format or the syntax of printf? So suppose we have, let's say, printf, an example is say %d, comma 5. Okay, so if I give this statement, what will be printed? The number, sorry, here you have double inverted comma. So what will be printed as the output of this? So 5 will be printed, right? So in the case of fprintf, what we need in addition is we need to define, or we need to declare the pointer variable apart from the remaining things in printf. So in the case of normal printf, we have to use the in the double inverted comma, if you use the format specifier, then you need to give what is the value and so on. So the same structure you can use, but before doing that particular syntax, you need to define the pointer variable, the file pointer variable fp. The same case with fscanf as well. So in this case of scanf, if you remember, we have, let's say, for example, suppose I have n is equal to 10. Sorry, not like this. Suppose I have declared n, and I want to store some value, say 10 into n. What I'll do is I'll do the format specifier in double inverted comma ampersand n. So what will happen is whatever is entered from the console will be stored in n. So that was of scanf. Now in the case of fscanf, what is the additional thing that we need to give? We need to give the pointer variable before that. So this is the input output in files. Okay, so with this basic understanding on file handling, let's move to the programs and see the different ways of handling files. So we'll first quickly see how to write something into or let's say how to write an integer into a file. Okay, so this is an example program of writing an integer into a file. So I've given the header file, hash include stdio, void main. I've started the main function. So what was the first step? So the first step is the keyword file followed by the pointer variable star fp. So fp is the pointer variable. What is the second key step? We need to specify the fopen. Fopen in bracket the name of the file. So here I have given number.txt comma in double inverted comma w. What is this w standing for? We are opening the file number.txt in write mode, and I have given that to fp, the pointer variable. So what was the three key command required? I require fclose. So I have opened a file here and I have closed the file over here. Fclose fp. Now what I have written here, I just used fprintf fp, the pointer variable, the file pointer variable, and what need to be written in that is 20. Okay, so let me go back to, so I have saved it in a particular folder. So I'll show the folder where I have saved it. I have saved it in documents, C programs, files. So this is the source code, C source file fopen underscore write, and here I have a text document. So for the moment I'll delete this document. Okay, so we don't have any file over here, and now let me switch to the program. And in the write mode, we have seen that even if the file is not present, what it will do is it will automatically create a file with the file name number.txt. And what this statement will do, this statement will write 20 into that file. Okay, so I hope it is clear. Now I'll try to compile it first. So I have compiled and it is showing 0 errors and 0 warnings. Now I'll try to run it. So the console has been opened and nothing is displayed because we haven't printed anything. Now I'll go to the folder. So this is the folder, and now you can see that particular text document with the file name number has been created. And if I check the content inside, you can see that the number 20 is being written over there. So as expected, what happened is the 20 the file is created, and uh, it has written whatever we have given in f printf. Now I'll close this text file. I'll minimize the folder. Suppose I'll change that to, let's say, 25. So what will happen if I suppose I am compiling and running it again? What we are expecting is the file is already there with 20 inside. Now that, since it is in write mode, it will overwrite. It will delete whatever there was previously, and it will once again write the new content. So let me try to execute it, compile and run. So this is the console. Now I'll go to the folder. I'll open the text file. Now if you can see that the 20 was deleted, now it becomes 25. So as expected, in write mode, whatever was there previously, it is erased, and the new content is being stored. So that is about writing content to the file. Now we will move into the next program, which will help us to read an integer from a file. So I have opened the next program, fopen_read.c. So this program will help you to understand how to read an integer from a file. Okay, so let's go step by step. So after the header file, we have the main function started, and so I have declared a variable a with data type integer, which is used to store the data later. So what are the three key commands? File with file pointer variable name, fopen the file name. What is the mode? Here we need to read the content, so R is the mode. Now fscanf is used. What is fscanf doing? Fscanf will get the data from the file, and it will store it in some variable. So fp is the file pointer variable, %d ampersand a. So what will happen is the file which is opened in read mode. What is the file which is opened in read mode? It is number.txt. Whatever content is there, if it is it will take the integer value and it will store it in a. So that is why I have declared an variable a initially. Now once we have stored it in a, I'll try to print the number. So I have used printf, not fprintf. So what this will do, what we are expecting is printf will print or display it in the console. So what we can expect in the console is the number is %d, a. So what is there in a, it will be printed. And the last command is closing of the file, fclose fp. So now I'll try to execute this file. So what we are expecting is whatever is there in the file number.txt, what was there? It was actually, we have stored 25. Okay, so it must be stored in a, and that must be displayed in the console. So I'll run it. Okay, so you can see that as expected, we can see the output as the number is %d a is 25. So from where this a is being obtained? A is obtained from the file with file name number.txt in read mode. So that is about the way in which we can read an integer from a file. Now we will move to the third mode, which is append mode. So in the case of append mode, it is similar to write mode. What was the key difference? In the case of append, we are appending the file. We are not deleting the previous content, but we are writing it, writing over, or the next content will be printed. So this is a program to append an integer into a file. So if you see this with the write program, there is only one difference. What was the difference? The difference is here. Here I have used a as the mode. If I use a as the mode, what will happen is in this file, if this file is not present, it will automatically create. Since it is already present, if there is some content, it will preserve that content and new content will be added to that. So here I have, let me give a \n so that it will appear in new line. So previously some other number, say 25 was there. Now this 20 will be added to that. So the other three key commands are there: file, fopen, fclose, and apart from that we are writing the content 20 onto the file number.txt in append mode. So now let me try to run it. So console has opened, nothing has been appeared because we haven't used printf. Now let me open the file. Okay, so previously 25 was there. Now you can see that apart from this we have 20 in addition. Suppose I am so if you notice this space has appeared because I have put a space over here. Now suppose I'll enter, let's say 30. And if I execute this program, what we are expecting in this program, 25 and 20 will remain, and apart from this 30 will also come in the new line. So now I'll close this text file, I'll compile and run. Now I'll take the text file, so we can see that 30 also appeared. So so it is very clear that the difference between write mode and append mode. In write mode we can overwrite the function, but in append mode the previous content will be preserved and we can keep on working with new content. So these are the three different ways in which we can work with the files. Now I'll quickly show you two more cases. So we have so far worked with integers. I'll quickly show you how to write strings onto a file. Similarly, how to read a string from a file. So it's the program is almost the same. We'll quickly run through the program. So the first key step is over here. The second key step is over here. We have fopen number.txt, the file name in write mode. Why it is in write mode? Because we want to write the string onto the file. Now fprintf fp, the file pointer variable, %s, name. So what is this name? So I have used printf enter your name. So this will be printed in the console, and whatever name entered, that will be stored in the variable name. So I have declared the array name like this. So I hope these are familiar for you. Now if we run this program, what we'll expect is, so what I'll do is I'll just change the file so that let me give it as name.txt. So this file is not there in the particular folder. We have only number.txt. So this is a new file. Since it is write mode, it will automatically create the file and it will write whatever is the name. Okay, so I'll go to execute, compile and run. So the console has opened and has asked me to enter your name. So I'll quickly enter my name as Matthew over here. Now if I press enter, what will happen is this string will be stored in the variable name. Okay, so the console program is over, and what I have done is I have opened a file name.txt. So let's go to the folder, and we can see that a new folder is created with the folder name, and let's open it, and we can see that that particular string is stored in the file. In fclose p, that particular file will be closed. So let me close the text file. So this is a simple program to write a string into a file. Now suppose we have a string written in a file. Let's see how to read it. Now we have a string written in the file called name.txt. So the three key commands, the first one over here, the second one is over here, and the third one is over here. In between that, what I have done is I have done fscanf. So what it will do is it will take the string from the file with file pointer fp. So fp is pointing to the file name.txt, and if it is a string, that will be stored in the variable name. And what will happen in this command? So this will print in the console, not in the file, because I just used printf. Name printed is %s name, so whatever is stored in name will be printed over here. Okay, so I'll just quickly execute it. So I'll go to compile and run. Now you can see what is appeared is name printed is Matthew. So where is this Matthew came from? So this name actually came from the file with the file name name.txt.